Okay, so the whole idea for this trip started when I was living in Boulder, Colorado, and I loved it in Boulder, but I just wanted to see more of the world. So I planned out this trip that would consist of going to Burning Man, followed by going to the Turkey Boogie Highline Gathering, followed by flying to New Zealand. So first up was Burning Man, and it's really hard to describe Burning Man other than it's a big festival with a lot of art and a lot of beautiful people, and a lot of cool things happen. Next was the Turkey Boogie, GGBY, and basically it's a combination of highlining and base jumping and this giant net in the middle of the canyon. And then New Zealand, I got a working holiday visa, so I had a full year to work there, travel around, get jobs. So I did a lot of traveling and also worked some random jobs. And then what I didn't plan was going to Australia. I went there for another Highline gathering at Mount Arapiles, which was really, really fun. And then on my way home, I figured I would stop into Thailand because why not? The first stop on the trip was Burning Man, and this is a YouTube video that I found to show you what Burning Man's all about. So here's one of the art structures at Burning Man called the Temple. And here's one called the Lighthouse. And this is one of my favorite pieces at Burning Man. So my dad came out to visit me in Boulder, and we had a little bit of a going away party before I went to New Zealand. And this is at the Turkey Boogie, one of the highlines that we set up. And this was on my birthday. I decided to dress up a little bit. Here's a YouTube clip of the Fruit Bowl. This is where the Turkey Boogie GGBY Highline Gathering is held every year during Thanksgiving. This is the view from sitting on the net. Alright, this is the best way to start your birthday. Zachariah cooked us breakfast and we all hung out and had a bonfire in the morning. This is the rope swing at the Turkey Boogie. This was a YouTube clip of the rope swing. I was able to do the rope swing and walk 28 different highlines on my 28th birthday. And then it was off to New Zealand. Hey. So, this is my first official full day in New Zealand. Just landed yesterday, and I love it. It's amazing. This is definitely not the way I wanted to start my New Zealand trip, but you know what they say. stuff happened, so I ended up breaking my first bone. Almost Christmas. Is it Christmas Eve today? Christmas Eve?
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. What a good way to spend it here in New Zealand. Ow! Yeah, 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 yeah! Yeah! Just exploring around Castle Hill. So much fun. Christmas Eve. Oh yeah, New Zealand's so cool. Merry Christmas. First time having Christmas in a warm climate. So we went to a pig roast and had a really good time. And it was really awesome to have my two good buddies from Colorado with me. By this time, I was really jonesing for some adventure, so we decided to rig our first highline. It was over Harwood's Hole, and people always ask me how you get the line across. This particular time, we shot a bow and arrow. What's up, people? We are here way above Harwood's Hole, down below, on a high line. Harwood's Hole went so well that we decided to rig our second highline. It was called the Gap, and it was a really big project. It was an alpine highline, which meant we had to hike with our heavy backpacks almost 9 hours to get to where we were going to rig the line. Despite windy alpine conditions, I still managed to get some steps in on this line, but sometimes you do fall. You gotta get up to that ridge line, walk down across, good to go. So I know what you guys are thinking. Why would anybody want to balance across a little piece of webbing? Well, check out this carny right here. Oh, and he's also not afraid of heights. Yep, I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I rest my case. You get the idea. And I ended up going to the Luminate Festival, which was a combination of music and workshops. Here, Brandon put me on his shoulders, and we were pretending I was a giant in front of all these little laughing kids. And here we just got done finishing up a massive meditation, 5,000 people meditating at the same time to flutes and didgeridoo. So after all that fun, I decided it was time for some work. Luckily, I got a job helping the sea kayak guides and still got to play on my weekends off. And one time I got my car stuck in the mud, so I decided to rig up my slackline and pull it out myself. Go Mechanical Advantage!
Alright, you know you work in an amazing place when you go to work on your day off. And I came to work on my day off, because this is where I work. Terry Beach. Oh yeah. So, that boat ramp down there is where I start my day every morning. Driving the tractor. Then we usually take the boat all over the ripples in the water. Right. Yeah, that reflection is crazy. Looks like a pond. Yeah. Pretty much is today, isn't it? Yeah. I found some green-lip mussels. Oh yeah. This is what I'm gonna have for breakfast. Let those puppies boil up, maybe top it off with some water. Perfect. Let them boil for like 5 minutes and I'll have a tasty breakfast. Life doesn't get better than that, huh? Living off the land. So good. There's something to be said about foraging for your own food.
So after working for a few months, I decided it was time for another road trip. So this road trip we took to the west coast of the South Island. And we saw this amazing, beautiful sunset. It was probably, to this day, the best sunset I've ever seen. And we went jade hunting. I found a nice big piece of New Zealand jade. And this is exploring around Franz Josef. We found a secret little passageway. Another trail on Franz Josef. And then we got to visit arguably one of the most beautiful nature spots in New Zealand. It's called Milford Sounds. Milford Sounds is known as one of the 8 wonders of the world, and here's a clip I got on YouTube made by Devin Supertramp showing you the beauty of this place, Milford Sounds. So after the road trip, it was time to settle down and start working again. So I decided to base out of Christchurch because there was a really good slackline and highline community. And I saved up money to take this rope access course and got a job doing that.
Another day in the office. Today we're doing some sluicing, which means we get this helicopter to come in and do all the hard work for us. As you'll see in a second.
We got the helicopters to do all the heavy lifting for us, and in this particular time, we just had the helicopter drop a bucket of water all over the loose rocks in order to knock the debris down and save us some time. The best part about working for Absolute Access is they put us up in some really nice accommodation.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my gosh. Look at this sunrise. Oh, so good. Sunrise, ocean, mountains. What more could you ask for?
So every once in a while, from time to time, we would get to the top of our job site by helicopter ride because there's no roads to get up there. So the helicopter would take us and drop us off the top of the cliff, and then we would take our ropes and rappel down and do what we needed to do for that day. So a lot of people see what I post on Facebook and think, oh, New Zealand must have been all play, but I did a lot of hard work towards the end and saved up a lot of money for the next leg of my travel. So did some work while I was there also. So it was some work hard, play hard. That's the way I was doing it. So we were working on average about 70 hours per week. So I did that for just over 2 months. So the type of work that we were doing, we were either scaling the cliff, which is going down with crowbars and knocking off all the loose rocks and big boulders, or most of the time we'd be drilling anchors so that they could lay a big mesh fencing over the top of the whole cliff to stabilize it. And here we are getting dropped off, waving goodbye to the pilot, and not a bad commute. These are the drills that we were maneuvering around the cliff to drill the anchors into, and some day off slackline shenanigans. Still had to have fun from time to time. And this was the break room we crafted out of old pallets laying around. Took one weekend off to go backcountry snowboarding. And the best part was these nice, beautiful sunrises over the ocean every morning. When we weren't taking the helicopter, we drove trucks in the convoy, and this was my last day of work. After 10 months of being in New Zealand, it was off to the next adventure. Goodbye, New Zealand. Hello, Australia. So the idea for Australia was I got invited to this Highline gathering. It's basically where you have a good place for all these Highlines, and people fly in from all over the world. There are professionals coming in from the US, from South America, obviously there's some locals that were there too, and it was a good time.
What are we about to do, man? You're on the spot. What are we about to do?
About to get on some 220 monster.
Yee! Mount Arapiles Highline Gathering! So good. About to go into the unknown void. Well, we know it, but look at those lines up there. Woohoo! Stoke level high! Stoke level high! Lads! How big this line is. Yeah, Josh. Yee!
Here's me doing some bounce tricks.
Rock me in your your arms, I can't feel it, but get up, get down, get up, get down. Feel turn rotation and stop. See the next one later. Get up, get down, get up, get down, get up. Sentences the same, but the bare feet change. I know my words will drop on your skin, just like a name I remember hearing. Wild winters, warm coffee, mom's gone. Do you love me?
Australia had some beautiful highlines. Really good rock climbing too. This climb we did in the middle of the night and just slept on the cliff.
We're up on the big ledge. Ew! That's how you do it. Sunrise. Sunrise. On a rock climb. So yeah, now that I watched the sunrise, I'm getting back to my sleeping bag. Burr.
My good friend Ben making a little rock sculpture. So after 2.5 weeks at the Mount Arapiles Highline Gathering, I took a flight over to Thailand. And I heard very good things about this little place called Tan Sai, and everyone that knows me says that I would really like it. So I took their advice and flew right to Tan Sai.
I'm officially in Thailand! Yay!
This was my first meal in Thailand, and I think I paid $1 for it. So this is my first night, and I decided to wander into a night market. And it was pretty cool. You could buy just about anything there. This was the first bungalow we rented out for $10 a night.
This is our base camp cabin in Tan Sai. This is like the climbers' hangout place. Right, Yana? Hello. So cool.
So we also decided to do some island hopping, and we stayed for 1 week at this island called Koh Yao Noi, and it was really cool because you just took a scooter around this little island, and there was nothing but locals. There was some really good rock climbing, but it was kind of an adventure to get there, so it was kind of, for that reason, not that many people there. It was really quiet and beautiful.
We accidentally stumbled into paradise. Found this place by complete accident. What a view. Right, Anna? We did like a 20-minute jungle motorbike ride to get here. Completely found it by accident. The hideout's called. Some tea, some yoga, some swimming. So cool.
So it was by complete luck of chance that we found this place, and we decided to hang out there for a few hours and swim in the pool.
Okay, so I just finished pitch 3 of Looney Tunes. Pitch 3 out of pitch 4. We have one more to go. There's where we're going. That's where I came from. And the coolest thing is, check out my belay. It looks like a hanging belay, but I have a backrest. I'm using this giant stalactite as my backrest for my belay. So cool. Let me give you guys a view of my view. It's hard to speak. I'm pretty dehydrated and tired. Yeah! So sick. Yep, this is my backrest. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's pretty cool. Oh man, Thailand's amazing. Thailand adventures. Another day, another day. Trekking through the jungle. Just got done climbing. We are on Koh Noi Island, and it's raining, but doesn't stop us. Nothing like hiking through the jungle in the rain. Okay, we are on the boat, going island hopping. Woohoo! Hello! 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 Woo! Time to go snorkeling!
This was something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I'd always see videos of people doing this thing called deep water soloing, which is basically rock climbing, but you don't use a rope, you don't use a harness. When you fall off, you pretty much just fall in the water. And Thailand was just the best for that. It had these really awesome stalactites, and the boat would basically drive you over to the stalactite, you'd grab a hold of it, and then the boat would drive away and you'd be left to your own. So then you just climb up as high as you wanted to and then jump off.
Ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, jump! Whoop! Yoo-hoo! Ow!
This tree right here was massive, and the trunks just grew really cool. Pineapple fried rice, anybody? This beach is called Redtail, and this is where all the tourists stay. They pull at the hideout, one of the treehouse bungalows, and a scooter was our main form of transportation. Took about an hour to get around the whole island. Here's another beautiful sunset on Koh Noi. A nice kayak adventure to explore around the island. Beautiful little alcove called Koh Yai Island. We had our neighbors over at the bungalow for some good times, watching the waves go by, catching a tan. This was called Chicken Island. Obviously you can see on the right it looks like a chicken head. It's so funny how things work out sometimes. I got a call from my friend Walter, who I met in Australia at the Highland Gathering, and he said, "Hey, I'm coming to Tansai." So I darted over there right away, and we set up our first Tansai Highline. And here's Walter with Mama and Papa. They had an awesome coffee shop. And the cool thing about Tansai is everyone is family. So you'll say, "Hello Nunchai, hello Pichai," which means hello older brother, hello younger brother. Or you'll say, "Hello Mama, hello Papa." It's cool because the village of Tansai is one big family.
Tansai Highline! Woohoo!
We are in paradise right now.
Where you go?
Where'd you go? I don't know. Yeah, man. Woo! La machine! Ale, ale!
That look good?
Bloody amazing.
most people go to the bars to drink. We went to the bars to slackline every single night. So, it was my 29th birthday, so I came up with a ridiculous challenge to climb 29 pitches of rock climbing in a day. So, literally from sunrise to sunset, Walter walked around with me, belayed me the entire day, and I just did one after the next, after the next, after the next for 29 times.
Woohoo! Birthday challenge. 29 climbs in a day. Woohoo! Look at this view. You just finished up the birthday challenge. Just in time for sunset or pitch black. Can't see shit.
So after that, Walter and I rigged our second tonsai highline, which was basically twice the length of the first one we rigged.
Ha ha! La machine!
Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1.
So we had a full moon, and most full moons in Thailand, a lot of people tend to party, but my version of a good time was we rigged this hammock from the Highline, and we spent the night up there.
Good morning, Antonia.
Morning.
Where are we?
Up high above sunset.
What? How?
Mm-hmm.
How are we so high?
Highline, magic.
Look at that. Look at that rigging.
Sometimes friendship comes in different forms. I ended up befriending this monkey named Ping, and Ping was rejected by the local tribe of monkeys, so the locals took her in and cared for her as if she was one of their own. And she was so funny, but kind of a troublemaker.
Ping, who are you calling? Who are you calling on the phone?
He doesn't want to give it back.
Ping, who are you gonna call? What? Ping, who are you calling?
I need to give you some food.
Who are you calling? Call me. Ping, call me. This is how I clean. Right, Ping? You getting me clean? Huh? You getting me clean? Oh, you combing my hair for me? Thank you. Oh. You thought you were so sneaky, didn't you? Trying to steal my phone. Trying to steal my phone, huh? I'm a little monkey, I'm a little monkey.
Walter was giving the chef a massage, so we all decided to join in. The top of a beautiful climb called Humanality. This is my friend following me up the climb Humanality. And this is a really cool shot, really cool, unique picture. And here's the view from the summit. Massage train, anybody? I've never met so many loving humans from all over the world. Bartender Watt also grew mushrooms in his village. Whenever you go to the bar, the locals would be like, "Hey friend, you want a happy shake tonight?" And I would say, "Nah, I'll just take a beer, thanks." Another beautiful sunset climb for my friend. This is all hanging out at Lucky's. And this is Lucky. She's the best. This was a typical lunch, just some fresh fruit. And this is a Buddhist temple. This is Sunshine. She made us breakfast every morning. It's hard not to love a place like Tansai. I learned how to play chess, continued to do acro yoga, which I learned in Colorado, slacklining at the bar every night, slacklining over the water during the day, and my favorite, slacklining up high in the air. There's world-class rock climbing, but most of all, friends that are so close you can call them family. But after all that time away, I was really looking forward to some time with my family. So here I am, back in Pennsylvania with my family. It's good to be home. Also, I would encourage anyone that hasn't been on a big trip to at least consider the fact it doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to have a lot of money. Just decide that you want to do it and make it happen.